gonna make this pencil disappear.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most memorable movie moments of the aughts. Watch out, as some of these moments are spoilers.
I waited for you for 7 years. Now it's too late.
Number 10, I Wish I Knew How to Quit You, Brokeback Mountain.
I'll tell you this, I can't quit this one. I can't get the time off.
How can a line be so heartbreaking and so beautiful at the same time? Brokeback Mountain took the world by storm in 2005 and is regarded as a major achievement for queer cinema. As Jack and Ennis, Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger have tremendous chemistry, culminating in this beautiful scene toward the end of the film.
Why don't you just let me be, huh? It's because of you, Jack, that I'm like this.
On the pair's last trip together, Ennis tries to end things with Jack. As the two argue about their relationship, Jack utters a devastating line about wishing he could leave Ennis behind, but not being able to. After everything they've been through, it's a crushing thing to hear, delivered wonderfully by Gyllenhaal.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Then why don't you?
Number 9, Rain's theme, Pride and Prejudice.
Miss Elizabeth, I have struggled in vain and I can bear it no longer.
Yes, the hand flex moment in this Jane Austen adaptation is an awakening of sorts for many of us. But Mr. Darcy's first proposal scene in Pride and Prejudice is an electrically charged chemistry fest we'll never forget.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Are you rejecting me?
I'm sure that the feelings which, as you've told me, have hindered your regard will help you in overcoming it.
As rain pours down from above, Darcy proposes to Elizabeth. Quite poorly in some spots, but most ardently in others. At this point in the movie, Elizabeth is aware of Darcy's attempts to keep Mr. Bingley and her sister Jane apart. She refuses, and the scene erupts.
Could you expect me to rejoice in the inferiority of your circumstances?
And those are the words of a gentleman. From the first moment I met you, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the feelings of others, made me realise that you were the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
Darcy and Elizabeth duke it out, their remarks growing more cutting by the second. But as they get meaner and meaner, their chemistry gets hotter and hotter.
Forgive me, madam, for taking up so much of your time.
Even Darcy and Elizabeth's fights are relationship goals. Number 8, Perm Maintenance, Legally Blonde.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
From the moment Elle Woods walks into the courtroom sporting that bright pink suit, we knew we're in for an iconic moment. But Elle's time in the spotlight doesn't start off so bright. She struggles to question Chutney at first, unable to find any holes in her story as a witness to the murder of her father.
Thankfully, that same day, she entered the Beta Delta Pi wet t-shirt contest where she was completely hosed down from head to toe.
Objection. Why is this relevant?
Oh, I have a point, I promise.
Then make it.
But then hair care knowledge saves the day. If you're a child of the 2000s, we're willing to bet that you have a lot of quotes from Legally Blonde down pat. But this one is the film's peak.
Isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you're forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolate?
Yes.
Elle's speech about perm maintenance is eminently quotable, and Reese Witherspoon's performance is unforgettable.
The rules of hair care are simple and finite. Any Cosmo girl would have known.
Number 7, Duel, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
把剑放下。
While there are many martial arts sequences that blow us away in Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, this one stands above the rest. The scene involves a showdown between Yu Shulien and Jen Yu, with Jen wielding the fabled sword Green Destiny. This destroys any weapon Shulien wields against her. Actors Michelle Yeoh and Zhang Zi give stunning performances, and Yuan Wu Ping's fight choreography is perfectly executed and captured. The gravity-defying stunts, epic swordplay, and skilled stunts round out one of the most unforgettable martial arts scenes of the decade. Number 6, Jingle Bell Rock, Mean Girls.
Finally, please welcome to the stage Santa's Helpers doing Jingle Bell Rock.
After 2004, we would never hear Jingle Bell Rock the same way again. The classic Christmas tune sure got a lot less wholesome after Regina George and the rest of the Plastics performed it in Mean Girls. The costumes themselves are iconic. Sexy Santa has never been so perfectly rendered. But what makes this performance so memorable are its flaws. When the CD starts skipping, Gretchen accidentally kicks the boombox into her boyfriend Jason's face. The girls are frozen on stage until Katie starts a rousing rendition of the song a cappella.
What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's the swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh.
The moment is not only memorable for its humour, but also for its oddly wholesome finish.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Number 5, The Whisper, Lost in Translation.
Hey, you.
How many articles have been written trying to decipher what Bill Murray says to Scarlett Johansson at the end of Lost in Translation? How many YouTube videos are there where someone tries to enhance the audio, if only to catch a portion of Murray's words? If that doesn't bode well for a scene's staying power, we don't know what does. Lost in Translation is a beautiful film about connection and loneliness, centering on Bob and Charlotte's brief time together in Tokyo. As the two part ways at the end, Bob whispers something unintelligible in Charlotte's ear. While we may never know what he said, it clearly affects Charlotte greatly, and sometimes not knowing is what makes a moment special. Number 4, Dumbledore vs. Voldemort, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
The orders are on their way.
By which time I shall be gone, and you shall be dead.
Since the first Harry Potter novel came out in 1997, fans have been waiting for the fateful meeting between Albus Dumbledore and Lord Voldemort. When the moment finally happened in the 5th book, fans started to wonder if the filmed version would live up to the enormity of the moment, and boy did it. Michael Gambon and Ralph Fiennes give powerful performances on their own, but when they meet, the scene explodes, literally. The special effects team did a wonderful job creating the magical images of fire and water that rip from the two wands, and Gambon and Fiennes give their all to the fight, in a fitting display of the power of both wizards and the history between them. Number 3, You Shall Not Pass, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
You cannot pass!
Gandalf! Is there a more quotable moment from a franchise? Luke and his father can move over. The first film in The Lord of the Rings is equal parts thrilling, beautiful, and emotional as director Peter Jackson strives to capture J.R.R. Tolkien's epic story. But the moment where Gandalf the Grey faces off against the Balrog is a cinematic feat like no other. Buying time for the Fellowship to flee, Gandalf makes a desperate stand against the Balrog. The line was actually meant to be, "You cannot pass," but actor Ian McKellen got it wrong.
You shall not pass!
Well, it's iconic anyway. Gandalf's plunge into the depths of the mines is heartbreaking, at least until he comes back in the next movie. Number 2, Upside Down Kiss, Spider-Man.
You have a knack for getting in trouble.
You have a knack for saving my life.
Superhero movies have gotten significantly less sexy since Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy in the early aughts. No moment captures that passion quite like this one from the very first film. After saving Mary Jane, Spider-Man, who we know is secretly her buddy Peter Parker, tries to make a quick getaway. But who could resist the promise of a kiss in the rain, especially an upside-down one? This iconic kiss between Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire may be one of the most significant pop culture moments of the decade. While Dunst and Maguire say that this soaked stunt wasn't all that comfortable in real life, it's perfect to us.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Why So Serious? The Dark Knight.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Ah, the eternal question. Why so serious? Early on in The Dark Knight, the Joker gruesomely takes over a crime boss organization, but before he returns the favor for a failed hit, he has to monologue a little, as any good villain does. The Joker explains that his abusive father was responsible for his infamous scars, terrifying his victim to the final cut.
He turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with the knife.
Heath Ledger absolutely nails it. The best part is that the Joker later tells Rachel Dawes a very different origin story. This makes his mania all the freakier.
Now I'm always smiling.
While we'll never know where the madman really got those scars, this scene will haunt us for decades to come.
And why so serious?
Did we miss any scenes from the 2000s that still live rent-free in your head? Let us know in the comments below.
It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.